Hello, welcome back to Tracy's Pages. Sorry about this. I'm feeling a little bit better, thank goodness, after my bout of COVID. Today I am doing a page layout for Hopping Along with the Girls from the Lands Down Under. This is week 5. Today I am showcasing New Zealand's native albatross, which is a Selden's albatross, and it's a medium-sized mollyhawk, which is endemic to New Zealand, and it is one of the least studied albatross species. So I'm just waiting for my notes, sorry. Albatross, there's a big in Dunedin, out in Toroa Heads. There's a huge big set up there that study the northern royal albatross. It's one of the largest seabirds in the world. The northern albatross is a graceful giant with a wingspan of over 3 meters long. Northern albatross conversation, which is the magnificent Toroa Heads, along with the wandering albatross. Northern royal albatross are one of the largest seabirds in the world. I've said that. There are 2 species of royal albatross, the southern and the northern. The southern is slightly larger than the northern. At sea it can be distinguished from the northern by its white upper wings and black edges and tips. Royal albatrosses are some of the longest lived birds in the world, are regularly living into their 40s. They are a very vulnerable species. They have slow reproduction rates, changes in habitat and climate, and some fishing places make Toroa vulnerable. A storm on the Chatham Islands, which is a group of islands out to our east from Christchurch, is probably an hour and a half's flight, but it's part of New Zealand. In 1985 destroyed the albatross's nesting habitat, reducing the percentage of nests producing fledglings to as low as 3% in some years. But we've got some encouraging signs that the population is recovering. So Toroa Head is what it's called, is out there. It's set up to help study and, watch these magnificent birds. A bit about breeding. They return to land only to breed, so these birds spend a great significant amount of their life actually out at sea, and they only ever come in to breed. So they return to the land only to breed and raise their young, 1 chick every 2 years. The albatross usually mate for life at the same nesting area each time. Males arrive at the nesting area site to prepare the nest first. Excuse me, out you go. Out. A male bird usually nests within 100 metres of a natal zone, whatever that means. Parents share incubation duty for a spell of 2 days to 3 weeks, 8 days on average, and over the period of that time, one nests, one goes to feed. After making a hole in the tough shell, the chicks take about 3 to 6 days to finally emerge from their egg. Parents take turns guarding and feeding their chicks for the first 5 to 6 weeks. Then the chicks are left unguarded except for feeding visits until they fledge at about 8 months. When a chick is fully fledged, they stretch its wings with the help of a large gust of wings. Take off. Oof, you're off. There you go. They're renowned ocean wanderers. The royal albatross travel vast distance from their breeding grounds to feed, as much as up to 190,000 kilometres a year. Royal albatross range throughout the Southern Ocean and are most commonly seen in New Zealand coastal waters during winter. If I can get this to... So here's my piece of, excuse the glare. So Toroa Heads down here in Dunedin, and the Chatham Islands, as I say, are way out here, but these show where they wander around. There's a GPS tracks of the 3 adult breeding birds. So that's, they eat fish, the huge birds. So that is who I am showcasing today. And here I am flying my flag. I am, of course, in New Zealand, as we all know, with this funny accent of mine. The photos I am going to be scrapping are of my son, Bradley, when he was probably 8 or 9. And his BFF, my matey Dinky Doo Dion, and we are at Toroa at the they'd come down to Dunedin to visit from Helensville. Excuse this, I need to move my light a bit, it's very bright. Anyway, so they'd come down to stay with us in Dunedin, and I took them out to Toroa Heads, which is about an hour's drive from Dunedin, right out to the heads at Otago there in the peninsula. Here's a mummy or a daddy, I'm sorry, I don't know, sitting on its nest, and here's another one with its fledgling. So I've got 3 photos. I've got a piece of reminisce. I'm going to use this vitamin C beach grass, and apart from that, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have got no embellishments. I have made some on my cricket, just cutting it out. I hope you found that interesting about our albatross. As I say, 3 meters. Jesus, that's almost the length of my husband's foot to his head, being 6'6". So 3 meters is 2.5 feet to a meter. So that's 2, 4, 6, 9 foot, 9 feet. 9 feet. That's huge. I finally got a new cutty thing, a real cheap one, sorry, from my favourite place and a lot of people's least favourite places, Teammate, but hey. So this will be its very first cut. Let's see how it works. No wonder the blade didn't work on my other one, because it's from this. Anyway, so that's a very nice smooth cut. So I don't know how I'm going to do my layout. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just wanted to talk about the albatross. Here we go. I'll find some while I'm messing around. Of course, I cut down some 10 fun facts about the Toroa, is what we call albatross here in New Zealand. Toroa albatrosses are known for their incredible wingspans, as we just found out, 3 meters, and flying ability. And New Zealand is a true hotspot for the seabirds, with nearly half of the world's 22 albatross species breeding right here in Aotearoa. Toroa, number 1. Toroa, the Maori name for albatross is Toroa. Traditionally, Maori have a strong connection with the albatross, particularly valued for their white feathers. They make their capes, or their cloaks, out of them. The mythical birds. Fact number 2, many seafaring people have myths and superstitions about albatrosses. The idea that killing an albatross would bring bad luck was popularised by Samuel Taylor's Coleridge, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, in 1798. Fact number 3, mollyhawks. Medium-sized albatross species are sometimes called mollyhawks. This is said to derive from the Dutch word for foolish gull. 4, on camera, while New Zealand is home to several species of albatross, the only mainland colony is of the northern royal albatross at Toroa Head on the Otago Peninsula. You can watch them close up through the albatross cam, which I will try and leave a link to. 5, they mate for life. Albatrosses are long-lived, and they mate for life, spending a long time alone out at sea. They will always return to the same nesting site and partner for breeding. Fact number 6, soaring high. Albatrosses are known for their ability to fly without flapping their wings, and to travel thousands of kilometres, as we linked before, up to 190,000 kilometres a year in a single journey. They have been observed flying at speeds of up to 127 kilometres an hour, and can stay aloft for days or even weeks at times. 7, deep diving. Albatrosses are also excellent swimmers and can dive to depths of up to 3 meters in search of food. 8, not so great at the takeoff, not very graceful at all. They take a flying leap run at a cliff. Put it that way, I've seen it, it's hilarious. Taking off from land can be a bit of a challenge for albatrosses. Their narrow wings, designed to keep them aloft over sea, need wind and speed. They need a bit of a runway, preferably with the headwind to get airborne. Threatened. Number 9, threatened. Despite their large size and impressive flying abilities, albatrosses face numerous threats, including habitat loss, fish bycatch, and plastic pollution. The amount of birds that are killed by plastic a year in their gullets is shocking. Number 10, conservation efforts. Reducing the number of albatrosses and other seabirds killed after encounters with fishing vessels is a priority. Albatrosses in New Zealand are endangered. They are also protected. So it is a crime for a fishing vessel to be found to kill or injure an albatross. New Zealand is working greatly to try and also ban the use of single-use plastic bottles and things, because all this plastic of course ends up in the ocean, which ends up in our albatrosses and other sea life stomach, causing a lot of damage. Anyway, now I'm going to put you on pause because that's what I do. I'm going to see what I can come up with and we will go back from there. So hang in there, I'll be back. And I'm sorry if my voice is a bit funny, I'm still, you know, struggling. Oops, I nearly forgot to come back on. As I say, I'm still recovering from COVID. I feel like today I can actually breathe and talk, which is quite nice. I couldn't do that yesterday or the day before. It's a pretty simple layout because, you know, sometimes we've just got to let the layout speak for itself. Yeah. Excuse me. So I've got my 3 photos. As I say, very basic. I've made a picture on my cricket and changed that to 3 different sizes for the albatrosses that I've made. And sorry, I keep forgetting to talk. It's I promise I'm talking in my head. I really am. Yeah, as I say, the Toroa at the Albatross observation place out at Toroa heads in Otago. If you, not that many people are going to come down here, but if you're ever in Dunedin, do make a trip out there. It's a beautiful drive. Do take a jacket and a hat. It gets very windy and it gets very cold, especially in winter when the birds are, you know, out there. You can go and watch. It's very, very interesting. There's a nice cafe out there too. You can get a nice cup of coffee and they have some nice food, but it's well worth the drive. Next week is the final week for the animals, for the girls down under, except for me, because I don't. Next week I think they're doing Christmas in July for the next topic. I don't like Christmas, so I'm not gonna, you know, I think they might do some other celebrations and things, but I personally would like to keep doing some animals because they're beautiful. New Zealand and Australia have some amazing animals that are really quite special. I would like to, not that I've ever seen one, I would like to, I've just discovered, sorry, I'm babbling as I do. I have just discovered that our Arana Park here in Christchurch actually has Tasmanian devils. So one day when it's warm and I've got some money and I'm feeling up to it, I'm going to go out to Arana Park and I'm going to play with the Tasmanian devils. Yes, Mel, I think Tassie devils are great. Anyway, so join us again next week at same bat time, same bat channel. You have Mel W Scrapping. It's a lovely Mel from Tassie. You've got Kathy Loves to Scrap. Sorry, I think Kathy's in Sydney. I'm not 100%. We've got Narelle. I don't even know. I know Narelle is from Australia. I don't know where. Sorry, Narelle. She is simply scrapbooking. She will also be here. We've got Linda, the scrapbooking photographer, who, as I've said before, is a Kiwi. She is from the mighty Waikato, and myself. The girls will be changing up their subjects. Oops, I've lost my tea. I won't be. I'm going to probably keep doing animals. But yeah, so they're going on to Christmas in July. As of next week, I will have a list of their channels in the description below. Oh, and Amanda. I forgot Amanda. Oh, Amanda, there you go. You can get back at me now. I nearly forgot you. Amanda is in Melbourne, which is, if you look at the map, is pretty much on the same same level of New Zealand as I think about Whangarei. So that, yeah, that's my very quick layout today. The dogs are not listening to anybody out there, and it's getting very rowdy. Everybody's home. Bradley's about to go to work, and yeah, anyway, thanks again. Thanks for joining. Tune back next time. See ya. Bye.